out of tea. How am I going to do this video? Get me some more tea! Green tea! Green tea! Okay, this is probably going to be a nutball video because, like they all are, unrehearsed, whatever comes out of my scrambled brain. But later in the video, I want to give you guys some business stuff. But I got to talk about this first because it's just so mental. It makes me laugh. I guess it comes under the banner of entertainment news. I don't know. The show on TV, Storage Wars, where these guys go bid on these storage lockers. Big scandal. Ooh, big scandal. There's a guy on the show, Dave something. He's, yep. He's the biggest dick weasel on the show. And evidently he came out in a public statement saying the show's rigged. The producers put shit in the lockers that we get to find, so it makes it more sensational. Well, no shit. So the producers, because he came out with this statement, they fired him from the show for being a whistleblower, according to him. And now there's a big lawsuit. I don't know what the lawsuit is either. The Yup guy is suing the show for firing him, or the show is firing the Yup guy for exposing the bullshit. I don't know what's going on, but I laugh about this nonsense because anybody that watches these reality shows and think there's any reality to them, you need your head examined. So I read this thing on the computer. My computer news pops up first thing, and I read it. And then I started thinking about how much I laughed the night before watching the other most idiotic reality type show, pseudo-documentary, whatever you want to pigeonhole it as, show that makes me laugh so hard. It's Jesse Ventura's Conspiracy Theories. Oh! And evidently Jesse Ventura is the only asshole that can keep us regular people safe from the massive conspiracies that are out there to kill us, common people. Oh, again, I watch the show not as a reality show, pseudo-documentary. I watch this show as a sitcom because I laugh so hard at this idiot that I almost piss myself every time. I'm going to have to go and buy Pampers the next time I watch this show so I can just let go. I mean, Jesse Ventura is nuttier than squirrel shit, with a decent measure of undigested corn just for good measure. This guy has more issues, but I can't really point the finger at him too much because you have to understand what he's up to. He's in business. This show is a business. Now, the show I watched last night was about them breeding humans with chimpanzees, and it's going to be Planet of the Apes all over again. They're going to kill us all. They're making chimpanzee soldiers. They're going to overtake the planet, and they're going to kill us all. I kid you not. I can't tell you how many times he showed clips from Planet of the Apes and photoshopped pictures of chimpanzees holding guns, and I mean, it made me laugh so fucking hard. I couldn't believe it. The guy jumps to conclusions like you wouldn't believe. He can find a conspiracy in a blade of grass. So anyway, he goes up to this primate research facility and does his typical tactic, which is he's got his whole camera crew behind him, sound guys, camera crews, guys with boom mics, all the shit that you don't see, and he starts walking onto the property like he owns the place, like he always does. And some poor schmuck of a security guard has to come out and say, hey, stop right there. What the f*** do you think you're doing? You can't come on here. It's private property. And of course, being the pompous, egomaniacal, self-centered piece of shit weasel he is with his ponytail, he starts ranting and raving. Well, I'm an ex-governor, I'm an ex-Navy SEAL, and you won't let me on here? That means there's something going on here really wrong, and I've got to expose it. You dumbass. So then he gets to a certain point, and this always happens too, where he goes, well, get your superior out here and ask him to be on the show. I got questions to ask him. And of course, nobody wants to be on that stupid show because nobody's going to come on camera because, of course, Jesse Ventura has final editorial say on what gets put on the air. And he's got an agenda to push, which is a sensationalized view of what's really going on. Now, again, you have to understand, this show is a business. Just like all of these reality shows are a business. Their agenda is to sensationalize things. Why? Because it translates into money for them. How is that? Well, any TV show lives or dies by the ratings. That is, how many people watch the show. Now, the more people watch the show, the higher they can sell their advertising on that show for, the more money it makes for everybody involved. So how do you get more people to watch a show? You sensationalize shit and make it up. So you come out with shit like they're breeding human Z's and they're going to overtake the earth. And I mean, the fact, if anybody out there believes the shit that this guy says, go out and have your head examined as quickly as possible because you got more issues than a New York magazine stand. But again, if you're watching this show as a goof and to laugh your ass off, then I'm part of that. I'm right with you, brother. But if you're believing the nonsense, you got issues. He always finds some idiots that are willing to get on camera and support his agenda. But he never shows an opposing opinion from a credible scientist that comes out and says, well, no. What's really going on here is that we're studying the unified field theory. You know, we're not designing, eradication bombs. We're studying unified field theory because no, that never happens. It's always the nutballs that are willing to say, yes, they're breeding humanzees in there. And I know it because I used to be a humanzee myself. Amazes me. I laugh my ass off. Anyway, yeah, good job, Jesse Ventura. At least you're making money. You're doing something. You're employing your kid. Whatever. I can't fault you for doing it. What I do fault is anybody that believes the bullshit that comes out of that idiot's face. Okay. Storage wars, conspiracy theory, cool. Now, go to my website, kinghuman.com, and on the download page is the newest liquidation list if you want it. It's the list of liquidation goods that you can buy and resell. I used to do liquidation stuff back in the day. It made me good money. So if you want that list, go download it. It's free. If you don't, who cares? Not me. Also, I noticed on my website, there's on the download page, I thought there was the ebook on how to write ebooks. It's not there. Let me get to it. Leave me alone. Okay. Go watch these shows. Go watch conspiracy theory. And if you don't laugh your ass off, there's something wrong with you. If you believe what this guy's saying, there's something wrong with you. Donate a few bucks to charity. Be good to somebody less fortunate than yourself. And watch out for kids. Even if they're not your kids, make sure they're safe. I'm out of here. Good riddance.